to be reassured. But it would have been nice. At this point, there wasn't much she'd put past New Origins. They'd already sent their elite warrior group, the Taipans, after them, as well as placing a bounty on their heads. The plan to stop New Origins would have been snuffed out by Project Destiny, of which the Taipans were a part, if not for Pete switching sides. Though the real blow, taking out Nightshade herself, had been a combined effort by Marick and Alicia. She sighed, leaned back, and put her hands to her temples. I swear, if I have to put another knife into someone's throat, I'm going to be so pissed. Ah, the problems of the upper class, Shrina said, and shrugged at her glare. Get it? Because you all came from up there? On the space station? Oh, boy! Alicia rolled her eyes at her sister. If you'd been up on Horus, you'd know it certainly isn't all upper class. Turning back to Tristan, she added, Seriously, though, what should we expect going into this? He tapped his screen, and then pointed to her wrist, and when she'd opened the screen and hit accept, he swiped over and watched the screens appear as smaller projections in front of her. You have what you need there, Tristan said. This lady, she and the ambassador go way back. The ambassador swears by her, so she's our best bet. But, Marick asked, we're going up against New Origins here. Tristan paused, letting those words sink in. Their CEO has more money than most countries, and governments, including America, have given them so much power that they've been able to establish themselves as almost indispensable. We can't exactly blow them to pieces. We can't just shut down space exploration and mining operations, and we definitely can't stop terraforming. Then we need the government to take over, Shrina said with a shrug. Says Ms. FBI herself, Alicia said. Many would argue that's no better, and maybe worse. Says Mrs. Former Government faked her own death and is crazy for all I know. It's one set of corrupt individuals for another, Pete said, awakening from a deep sleep and chiming in for the first time. Alicia didn't blame him for staying silent. Until yesterday, he'd been their enemy, and probably wasn't sure how truly welcome he was yet. The difference, he said as he stood and stretched, then bent to look out one of the windows, is that we already know Admiral Noor had ill intentions. We know she will hurt innocents to get what she wants. Like any government, Marick countered. The difference, Shrina said, is that we appoint our government. Not all countries do. That left them in silence, all pondering the odd situation they found themselves in. As the plane moved back for another circle, the pilot's voice came overhead saying, Hold tight! Incoming! What? Alicia sat up, turning to the window just in time to see the reflective sheen of a stealth fighter craft, then the blast of missiles. The jet lurched forward as she yelled for Pete to get in his seat, and then they were executing evasive maneuvers. A commercial jet flew past, dangerously close, and then an explosion sounded nearby, though they couldn't be sure what had been hit, if anything. Seatbelts on! The pilot shouted through the intercom. We're taking this baby down! Alicia braced, watching as Pete was jerked to the side. Only his enhanced strength enabled him to pull himself back to his seat and get strapped in. Perfect timing, too, because the jet was moving at an angle, turning back around, and spiraling down toward a path on the other side of some greenery. For a moment it looked like they were veering back toward the river, but then the jet cut to the right, surprising a couple of bikers below, and pulled to the side, bringing them around as missiles exploded behind them. Another explosion sounded overhead, but this time Alicia was able to identify the source as a series of Air Force fighter jets soared past. One of the enemy craft lost its cloaking, broke apart, and fell into the river. That wasn't the only one out there, though, and soon the Air Force fighters were engaged with a second stealth craft. For a minute they thought they were going to make it, but then they saw the ground